Hi everyone, welcome back to the Dr. Sia channel. In the video here today, we're going to be talking about a video that I think I should have made a long time ago, which is what actually is attachment. Let's get started. Alright, so there are a lot of people today talking about attachment. It's kind of a buzzword at the moment, which is interesting to me because it's kind of been around for so long, and I've been working with it for over a decade now, so it's kind of nice to hear that people are interested in it. But let's get talking about what attachment actually is. Now, a lot of people know some bits of attachment, some components of attachment, but in its essence, attachment is a very simple concept. It's an evolutionary concept so it's an evolutionary psychology concept that is about the distance between the child and their parent. It means that attachment theory is a theory about how a child, a baby, successfully reduces the distance between themselves and their parental figures. And now you might think, distance, why is that important? Well, to a baby, closeness and distance could be a matter of life and death. The closer the parent is to the baby, the more likely that the baby will have chances for survival should there be any dangers. The further away the parent is, the more likely that the baby dies. Now, that's as simple as attachment is. It is how a child or a baby or an adult gets people to come close to them. Right? So secure attachment, for example, is a parent, a child, a partner who successfully, through the use of healthy means, reduces the distance between themselves and other people. Now, when a baby, for example, let's have a look at what actually happens for a baby and how they do this. When a baby cries and they have a healthy parent, the parent goes to the baby to reduce the baby's suffering, to tend to the baby. The parent is motivated to stop the crying because the crying causes a pain within the parent. The parent is motivated to go to the baby and make the crying stop. Oh, honey, oh, there you go, oh, little darling. It reduces the distance. If the parent is out there, outside of the cave, foraging for berries, and hears the baby crying, they will run back into the cave and care for their baby. Now that's caveman times. In these days, mommy, daddy might be out in the kitchen cooking some food. They hear the baby crying in the room. They reduce the distance to the baby and they go to the baby. So crying, sadness, expressing emotion is an attachment concept and is an effort for the baby to have people come closer to them. Of course, it's the same thing as we are adults. When we show emotion, the idea is come to me, look at my emotions, come to me. Now, there is another reason, or there's another thing that we need to talk about with attachment, which is not just negative emotion, but also positive emotion. When the baby is giggling, googling, being happy, and being fun, again, the parent feels a pleasure from going closer to their baby. So they might be out in the kitchen again cooking, and they hear the baby cooing and giggling and googling and laughing in the room, and they might run because they want to partake in that fun. It also encourages the parent to stay close to the baby to create further fun, further enjoyment, and further joy, and to prevent them from having any further cries, further pain, or further suffering by staying close to the baby as much as possible. So that's the part, that's the bit where the baby, the child is trying to reduce their distance to their parent. That's called attachment. Now, in turn, if the child successfully does this in a way that it fits for the parent, that the parent likes it, that they go, I like what this baby's doing, then the parent will bond to the child. So parents don't attach to children. Parents who are attached to children are unwell. Parents should bond to their child, meaning that they go, there's something really nice in our relationship, really loving in our relationship, really caring in our relationship. I kind of like how this baby is. I will bond to this one. Now, I know that sounds harsh, but you got to go back to times when attachment began, which is at the very dawn of humanity. It wasn't unknown for a person to kind of discard a baby on the basis of, now this one didn't work out, next. So it's like the baby then does whatever it can do to attach to the parent, to get the parent to come to them, and the parent will then bond to the child if there is a healthy, successful, or if it's even not healthy. If the child is successfully attached to the parent, then the parent will successfully bond to the child. So that is essentially what attachment is. And does it have many ramifications into adulthood? Yes, it does. Does it have a lot of effects on relationships, on how we work, on what we do when we're stressed? Yes, it does all those things. And of course, there are a lot of videos here on the Dr. Siad channel where I talk about those things. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you go out and you spread the truth about attachment and you let your friends know what I'm trying to do here on this channel. Helping people know as much as possible about attachment, psychotherapy, and other things psychology related. I hope you subscribe. I hope you like. I hope you comment. And I'll see you again for the next one.